discretion is advised.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Geek It Out. I'm yours truly, the Date Boxer, here with my boy, Don Frickin' Prime.
Evening, folks.
Yo, what is going on, every frickin' body? I'm sorry about yesterday. I had to cancel. I was dead tired, and then I had to do overtime that same day, man. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do the stream tonight, guys. I'm sorry. Oh God, that dealership took frickin' forever. And I was damn it, man. I didn't even leave with the car I wanted.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, I ran into car issues today caused by, the place from yesterday. They had to, so we're both experiencing issues with car, maintenance and purchases. So.
Nope. That's it. Oh my God, Dean Winchester's like, hey Nate, what happened, dude? I told you a couple of weeks back then that how come you assumed that the MMS 600 was Mark 1 diecast? They said don't believe in the rumor because you almost believed it as well. I was fine with whatever the MMS 600 was going to be. I knew it was going to be an Iron Man, but the Mark 1 would have been perfect. The Mark 1 would have been a perfect Iron Man MMS 600, but I'm not complaining about what we got. Exactly. That thing is amazing.
Exactly. Now, again, we didn't start any rumors. We just anticipated what potentially MMS 600 could be. Because again, it was rumored at 500 by people other than us. And again, we didn't create the rumor. We just speculated on what we heard. Now,
I just report the rumors, bro. Don't shoot the messenger.
Exactly. But what this figure does do is when they finally do Mark 3 of the version 3 of the Mark 1, that it's going to be a fully opening and closing, or at least buildable armor around the Stark figure they give you. And this also leads me to believe that we will probably see the open diecast Mark 7 they previewed, 5-6 years ago. That was from Iron Man 3. Because this is this might be their test run. This is almost like a proof of concept. But it's
proof of concept, and exactly.
It's the simplest armor they can do it with. Besides the Mark 1.
Dude, you know what? Like, they can there's so many ways they can do this, because the thing is, not only they are pretty much advertising the whole suit up version for this figure, right? But it also advertises different looks for Tony Stark, right? We can literally get the nano suit third party, but in a Hot Toys quality.
Yeah, exactly. Because I built I built my own nano suit Stark. I found an old arc reactor Hot Toys body. Got the kit and the head sculpt. And I made it my own. Now Hot Toys would come out and they create that, but then they'd probably do something like this. But only part of it would actually be the armor look, and then they'd find some way to attach it to the Stark body, where it's like that digital like background display they have for some of the Spider-Man figures from Far From Home.
Yeah, no, I like it. I'm not complaining about it. I am not complaining about this figure, even though it's not the figure I wanted. I wanted the MMS 600, MMS 600 to be the Mark 1.
Exactly.
The reissue. But I'm not complaining about this, because this thing looks amazing for what we're getting with this. Mm-hmm. Come on, guys. You can say you can say you're not getting this, which makes sense. You want the other Mark 5. But this thing is freaking amazing with what they're pulling off innovation-wise. Because
I mean, like the deluxe set is literally this is literally an Iron Man DX. Especially if you buy the deluxe set. This is the first Iron Man DX that Hot Toys is doing. They're just calling it MMS 600.
Yes. Now I am hopeful that in the future we might be seeing the reissue, Mark 1, right? But in that same format, like they did with the Mark 5.
Where it's openable.
It's openable, yes. It's a 2-pack. Like, that could literally be, like, I don't think Hot Toys came out with a DX Iron Man yet, right?
No, I mean, and this is the closest. The deluxe set is the closest thing so far.
It is the closest thing so far. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't mind this figure like being like the door, the open door, like the idea, like freaking opening up the possibilities for different Iron Man figures. Because now they're gonna be going crazy now with these figures now. You
Oh, they
know,
can
if,
do like
if this is like the first wave of different versions of Iron Mans that just open up and close up, you know, different features that came out from other Iron Mans that we didn't see yet, or you know, it come to fruition in a figure form. This would be pretty cool.
exactly. I mean, just right off the bat, Mark 1, they can do that. Mark 7, they've already previewed that again years ago. But then you're starting to get into possible battle damage Iron Legion suits, especially like Silver Centaurian when he actually was fighting the Mandarin, where literally half his suit was gone.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool though. Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, they could do battle damage Mark 3 and reissue Ironmonger as a diecast.
Oh my God, Daddy, chill. Daddy,
Or
chill.
like an updated in scale with the current line of diecast Mark 3, and then put, if they want to go all out, make it a normal Mark 3 but include all the battle damage parts.
Now, someone did say, Jose Diaz, does Whiplash now become more desirable?
A thousand
already
percent.
picked. I already picked up the freaking Whiplash. I ordered it the moment he popped up because I knew the Mark V was going to be reissued.
All right, hold on.
But
Let me check
yes,
something. Let me check something because there was a site that had actually the updated Whiplash, the Toy Fair exclusive from a few years ago, for an insane price. Hold on, let me see if it's still there. Because if it is, I'll tell you, and you can go
okay.
pick it up.
Oh, hey guys, how's 7 minutes in? How is the audio, guys? Do you have to raise it up? I know Don is using a new mic right now. I just want to know how you guys feel about it.
Okay, so Amazon right now has the exclusive 2020 Whiplash for $254 with free shipping.
Wow.
Yep, Amazon right now has it. I'm checking it. And it's multiple sellers through Prime at $254.99. And then the original one is $450.
450. Okay.
Yeah, for the original.
Wow. So, do you think they're gonna come out with the so much better than last Saturday? The reason why is because for some damn reason the computer decided to switch out from the Yeti to my headphones, and it was stupid. I don't know why it decided to do that. If I had caught that during the pre-game lobby, that would have never happened. So now I'm checking my stuff. I'm checking my stuff constantly to make sure that my audio is not doing that stupid crap. I don't know why I did that because I had set it up to where the Yeti was the main and the headphones was just for the sound. But either way, the one thing I will complain about this figure though, it's just minor. It's just minor. It is the hair. The hair is driving me insane because I think they could tweak the hair just a tad bit because I'm
Yeah,
not a big fan of the hair.
it's like Justin Bieber boy band styling, It just doesn't do it for Stark.
Yeah, it's sort of weird. I know that's how his hair looked when he was just getting out of the freaking car, getting destroyed, and he was getting attacked by Whiplash. I understand the hair was looking that way. It was. If you go back, it was looking that way, all messed up. But at the end of the day, it's not working for me. I think they
Yeah,
can
if they just
really.
yeah, they need to move it back towards his actual hairline where it's not, covering, it's almost like bangs in a sense
Yeah,
over his forehead. If they push that back a little bit and expose more of the face, then it becomes more natural.
yeah, it becomes more natural. Yeah, it's just it's not. That's the key word right there. It is not natural. It's not natural for me. For Tony Stark, that's the one thing that threw me off. But that face, though, bro,
Yeah,
the
it's spot on.
face is perfect. It's even better than the reissue Mark 85, Mark 85, the Mark 5 head sculpt, which they are
Yep.
using. They are updating it, but they're reusing it. But the thing is, a lot of people are saying, "Do we think are we thinking that we're going to get this head sculpt with the Mark V reissue?" No. I I think Hot Toys wants to make the most out of this money, out of this figure, and in order to to get this actual head sculpt, you gotta cough up the cash.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, now here's the thing. It says it has, the Mark V suitcase with articulated function. Now, a third party actually did a fully transformable one. The 1/6 suitcase, and you can get it for $85.
Mhm.
So now here's the question: with this just being a limited static, one, in the sense that can open up and you have the arm sockets. Do you buy the normal set and then do you try to find that one where you can actually get pieces exposed out of the suitcase, where you can see actual armor parts? And again, that's another thing. I mean, because what is this, $55 for
Yeah, you
this?
$55 more just to get the set. What they should have done, honestly, I think it would have sold, because a lot of people have been asking for the race suit tracksuit for Tony Stark from Hot Toys for a good minute. It would have sold. I think it was sold a lot. I think they could have sold it where it kind of like was the 2-pack Boba Fett, where you do get the race suit tracksuit, and then the deluxe edition is included with the Mark V transformation suit.
Yeah. Now, I mean, if they were gonna do that, they would have had to make an actual helmet, like a helmeted sculpt as well, where you can lift up the visor.
Now I do remember. Okay, let me just go back. Let me go back. Let me see.
No,
Okay,
no.
right
Here's
here.
the thing. I was just gonna say,
Right here. Now, is that a second head sculpt, or that's the actual part of the helmet where you can apply that to the head sculpt?
I actually don't know. I don't know if it's basically two of the same head sculpt, but one already has that part molded to it. Because if it's a part that you put on it, right away the instructions are going to tell you, don't leave it on for extended periods of time. Then there's the possible staining issues.
Exactly. That's what was the first thing I was thinking of. I was thinking that maybe they're pulling off the Mark 7, where they are giving you a head sculpt with the helmeted. Because the thing is, if you go to the descriptions, it said helmeted head sculpt, and then separately an actual head sculpt.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's two different sections there. There's the helmeted head sculpt, and then the actual head sculpt. So I'm here like, why would you put that in two separate areas if they weren't the same? The same
Yeah.
thing. It's two different options. So I'm guessing that you are getting the helmeted head sculpt and the actual head sculpt. If that's the case, then you can actually pose this up without the tracksuit. If you do it right, you can actually
pose this with other figures as well.
Yes.
Like literally, you could pose this with, again based on the color scheme, like Silver Centurion. And again, it would work because it's one of his, the building, one of the extremist suits. So it's all modular. So certain suits, again, depending on the actor, and if the joint, the peg for the helmet will come out. Again, you can use the helmeted head sculpt, so to say, for other figures as well.
Yes. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Because what I really want to do with this figure is I want the tracksuit and the race suit separate from this display. Like the whole this whole transformation thing. I want it separate because I want to show off the race suit tracksuit.
Exactly.
And I feel people want to do that.
Now here's the thing though: if they were going to do the tracksuit, and again with Whiplash already out, they should have just went full bore and did it with an F1 car, so you can basically with a detachable front end, so you can do a diorama scene with Whiplash.
And you know what else I'm thinking? You can actually interchange pieces with the other Mark V. If you really think about it, like you can interchange pieces with this as well.
Dude, if there was a way you could, do like the battle damaged arm.
Oh my God, the battle damaged arm!
That would actually make it look like the parts are actually forming over him while he's suiting up.
Yes. Oh my God. Yo, I already know people are already picking this up, right? As well as picking up the Mark V reissue and picking up the Whiplash because of this release. Because of this release, they actually are picking up the Whiplash. I've been seeing a lot of posts where like, yeah, I'm getting the Whiplash now. This is the way.
Yeah, and and if you're getting this, I'll be honest, I would look for an F1. I mean, I'm not grabbing this. Again, it's just not my, what is going to go in my display doesn't fit. But yeah, if you're grabbing this, I'd say go look for a blue F1 car on eBay, 1/6 scale. Because I mean, when this thing comes out, there might be an actual run on those things, or model kits. Because people
Wow.
will want to do a display with an F1 car and 1/6 scale next to this guy.
Yeah. All you have to do is just get a blue one, right? That's all you
Yeah,
have to do.
and then you can print your own stickers.
Dude, I do like, I'm not gonna lie, that head sculpt. Minus the hair, that head sculpt is freaking Tony Stark, man. It's freaking Robert Downey Jr. This is honestly better than the Mark 85 Tony Stank head sculpt, bro.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it is leaps and bounds.
Hell, this head sculpt is actually, minus the hair, it is freaking better than the Mark 85 head sculpt. Like the new updated version that they came out with, even better than that. Because this screams out Tony Stark,
Yeah, I mean, and the funny thing is, you could almost use this on the, the normal Mark 6. When you're, yeah.
That's right. Wow. Even the Mark 6 is going to go up if you want to use this head sculpt too.
Yep.
Wow. That's amazing, bro. Shoot. So many ways you can run this. Oh, man of Hot Collectibles. What is up, my homie? Yo, bro. Sorry about yesterday, man. We're going to reschedule for Wednesday to try and get a stream going for them, like usual. But Dante is going to have his 4,000 subscriber stream on Friday. But we are doing the anniversary stream on the 28th with him on that other Friday as well. So that should be a lot of fun.
Cool.
But dudes, but the thing is, what surprised me the most about this figure is the freaking price tag. Like, they literally could have threw in $500 for this. Not gonna lie.
And again, I think this is almost like their proof of concept to see if this concept works. Because Hot Toys, again, they're branching out into different realms right now, just like they're doing the comic book series. And I'll be honest with you, I think they're also going to tackle Marvel What If, because that has the potential for it to be a gold mine, especially, zombie Captain America. I mean, they're already doing a zombie Deadpool. And again, they can reissue EndGame or Infinity War Winter Soldier or Bucky Barnes, because he's in the exact uniform in what's been shown so far as, again, when he was in Wakanda. Then you have Chadwick Boseman. He's confirmed to have filmed 2 episodes of What If. The only one we've seen trailers for is if he's Star-Lord. So again, you do a Chadwick Boseman head sculpt, but you have the Star-Lord head accessories. That's a gold mine. That would sell out.
Dude. The thing is that they're revisiting these figures and they're trying new ways to sell them, which I don't mind. It's a little bit Black Series in a way. Black Series loves to do that.
What it is, what I can tell you, it's Takara and Hasbro. It's Masterpiece Transformers. They're already on their 3rd reboot of the line since 2004. So it was one of those things. For 10 years they ran with one scale, then they rebooted to another scale and focused like more on tune accuracy than necessarily aesthetics and what the vehicle mode would look like. Then they rebooted to more of a real world combined, and now they're rebooting again because their designers keep changing. It's just, again, it's money grab. Like every 5 to 10 years, they come out with a soft reboot, but then they do an actual line reboot where if you collect one, you have to recollect the whole line because it's technically out of scale.
That's true. But Hot Collectibles action, do you think Mark 1 could be like this? I think it could be even better.
Oh, it'll be a full kit. Like,
yes.
Like an armor kit. Like you put, you got to attach the armor legs. You literally got to dress him like he's putting the armor on. And again, like I've said before, I think we're going to see the open diecast Mark 7 that Hot Toys previewed years ago. at San Diego Comic-Con, but it won't be from the Avengers. It'll be from Iron Man 3. So you
Yeah,
can,
you know, you know what's funny? A lot of people mentioned that. No. Had mentioned or posted about the third party Mark Sevens that do open up. It's like, or people have custom made them, right?
yeah.
And I'm here like, damn. What if Hot Toys is just taking notes from third parties and like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I
Well,
like that.
yeah, but I mean, Hot Toys has already done it. Like, and I think those people are getting ideas from looking at Hot Toys promos, but then they're taking it to the next level. They're thinking of things that Hot Toys would never think to, because
Mhm.
again, even as Hot Toys as small as they are, they still have to abide by their own internal work standards and procedures. Whereas you got somebody doing their own custom, they're going to take chances. They're going to do things that are outside the box. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when it works, it has the potential to get people's attention.
You see, Sif is like, just order the Whiplash, just Mark 5 and the other Mark 5. There we go. Yeah, of
Hey, if you
course.
got Whiplash from Amazon, I'll take my commission. And yeah, I'm just kidding.
No, like what can you do? What you can do? Like that's what Hot Toys does, man. They drop these accessory figures and they make you buy other accessory figures.
Yeah. Again, if you want a diorama,
Oh my. Okay, yeah, give me. Oh god, I got another Hot Toy. Oh god. This just came in from UPS. Ah. Now they do double box the Stan Lees. So this is the Stan Lee.
oh, the one that's like $140.
Yeah. Yo, Nate, take out your Whiplash and put it next. Okay, is that kind of stream? All right. Oh, no. Oh no, I don't even have him yet. I have him ordered. I haven't finished paying him off. So, but no, I still haven't got my Whiplash yet. Let's see, who do I have? I don't even have space to pull anything out right now because I have everything set up. I'm just kind of stuck here. But also, let's see. Dean just congratulated me on the new car. Let me see. Where's that comment? Real quick. I'm going to say something. Drive safe with the new car and congrats. Here's the thing, though. It's not congratulations, okay? I don't feel congratulated. You know why?
You
Because,
survived.
yeah, I survived the freaking dealership. And then I that's less money for Hot Toys. You see? That's less money for freaking Hot Toys. Because now I gotta take care of the car. You do all this and that. I gotta do adulting on this car now. It's getting annoying.
Try adulting today. Do not recommend.
but that's why when this what card did you get? I got a 2020 Corolla. I try to get a Honda Civic because I love the gas mods and I love Japanese cars. But I wanted to get a Honda Civic, an older Honda Civic, but they were like, nah, man, we need a big down payment on it. I'm like, it's an older car. What is wrong with you people? And then, are you out of your freaking minds? Are you out of your freaking minds for this big ass down payment on a $10,000 car? And I'm like, that's half the car. You want me literally to pay half the car? And I'm like, nah. But then they were trying to sell me the 2020 Corolla. And that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to get rid of that car. I'm like, why? Why? What's wrong with this car? But
because it's sitting there and we can't get a big rip on it, so get it off the lot.
Exactly. They were just trying to just get rid of it. I'm like, this is a car. We're not going to do anything with this car. You just get rid of it. Like, what's up?
Well, I'll tell you what. Because there's a microchip shortage right now, and so cars like Ford, there's I think in Kentucky there's an actual raceway. There's literally like 4,000 to 5,000.
You got me there.
Series trucks just waiting for parts. They literally have to rent a racetrack to store trucks. They're like 99.9% right, except they need the microchips and the components to attach to the sensors. And there's a shortage. Like my deal, like I have a 2017 Ford Escape, and I'm getting offers like the dealership, they'll give me 16 grand for it, and I don't owe anything on it, because of the microchip shortage, and the fact that, I've had it 4 years and got like 42,000 miles on it. So any like certain cars right now, they're going for absolute insane money, especially like used cars.
Really?
Certain
Wow.
Fords, certain like Hondas, especially like Civics, certain Subarus,
Yep.
the
Yep.
value on them are going through the roof right now because
Mm-hmm.
their electronics, because of how they're rated for length. Like certain Fords, again, Subarus, Hondas, they have the best electronics per whatever research. So again, certain models, even 4 to 5 years, they're going for insane money right now, and you can literally buy a new car. Like I could go trade mine in, work it out. I could go buy a new Ranger for $5,000 and just pay it off and walk out, title in hand.
Dude, this is right. Andreas, he's right. Right now, Microsoft and Sony are redesigning their consoles just to meet the low demand of the chips. You know, so they're redesigning some of their stuff and adding different materials to it, adding different pieces to actually make sales because they can't afford. They're even though they're already taking a loss with consoles, they're even taking more when the price of the materials are going up because it's harder to find or harder to get.
Exactly. I mean, like entertainment consoles, they're designed basically as a drug. You know, the first one is free, so to say, but then they get you on the accessories, they get you on the games, they get you on the subscription, they get you on the online fee. Yeah, I mean, it just keeps going and going and going. I mean, why do you think, especially games now run from 60, $80? Because you got to get a license fee, but the actual console maker, they're probably making 15 to $20 off the top for every game sold right to them for the privilege of that designer to put. Yeah,
That's how you get
exactly.
that's how you get the chips, man. Get the chips for the vaccine.
Damn, Bill Gates is checking me every time.
Yeah, he's low jacking you. But anyway, another thing before we continue, how is the gas over here, Big Dog Pound One? It's not bad. If you're patient and look around, hell, just yesterday, I woke up, started getting ready to go to work, drove the Toyota Corolla, and I literally filled it up with 20 bucks over at my nearest gas station. And there was a line, but I slipped right in and got my gas and got the hell out. It's not bad.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I'll
not
be
bad.
honest. I mean, up in New Hampshire, it's like what shortage? Yeah, the price rose like 8 cents, but like what shortage?
What shortage? Yeah, Florida here is not bad either. So it's and also we're getting back to the normal gas, except for the prices. The price is going to go up, but
Yeah.
it's summer. But we're the gas is coming back. So it was just a week. It was just your crisis of the week moment.
Yeah, well, the
Uh,
gas company actually did pay the ransom. It came out. They paid $5 million to the hackers.
we don't we we don't get no negotiate with terrorism. I guess we
Yeah.
do.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, but I mean, that's one of those things you have to evaluate. I mean, I can't believe it's like that literally had the ability to shut down the East Coast if it lasted, a few days longer, because it was already affecting certain, southern states. And again, it's a domino effect. It would affect everything from, with gases in your car to shipping. So if you thought the Evergreen situation was bad, just imagine, nothing shipping on the East Coast. Then imagine nothing being able to fly to airports because that pipeline also carried, jet fuel.
Hey! Don't put that evil upon me, man. I work at the freaking airport. Okay, we gotta sell fuel at the
Oh,
airport. Okay, do not
I'm
do.
just
Don't
telling.
put this
Yeah,
evil upon me, man. I need my money for my hot toys. Okay, and I'll pay off my car. But anyway, let's continue on. I know we've gone a tangent about gas and stuff, but it's also a good segue to something I really wanted to talk about. And we might come back to the Iron Man because there's so much we can talk about this. But there's something I really wanted to talk about with you guys, and it's a good segue because of what's going on with the world. You know how materials are rising up and the prices are rising up on hot toys as well. The I did a video this week on the new Ray figure, and we're going to talk about that. That figure is beautiful, but the accessories are so much better. But Let me see. I think this is. Let me see. Which one is it? Which one did I? Okay, so I think it's this one. Okay, so I think this is this one. Is it this one? Okay, yeah. I did knock it out. I did knock it out. That's why.
Yep, yeah, there it is. Okay.
There you go. There is a comment. Okay. So comics. He's been watching our streams for quite a while now, and also watching the videos. Now he did put up a good point when I was talking about Ray. The reason why I feel that Hot Toys didn't go 100% with the head sculpt is because they sold the numbers. They sold the numbers of the figure. The pre-orders weren't there. Remember, the unfortunately is fact the sequel trilogy figures did not sell well, especially the Rise of Skywalker stuff over at HK. And Ray was one of the worst figures, pre-order from that line. So it sort of makes sense why Hot Toys wanted to prioritize with what gets the better head sculpts or better materials or the better way to develop the figure. And his comment pretty much says, let me just pull it up. If they actually put their priorities towards other figures, then that's ridiculous. It's like $300 after tax and shipping, and any figure of that price should never be slacked on. For that price, who wants a meh head sculpt? They know when it looks good and when it doesn't. For their prices, they should take their time to get it right. And if they do slack on figures, then lower the price, or if they actually don't give an AF about the figure, then cancel it. Just ridiculous. I feel like we need to speak out more before we hate to see the prices go up as the quality of the figures go down.
Yeah. All right. So right off the bat, no disrespect to comics or whatever. I see this as both a little bit of entitlement and not specifically to him. It's just across the collector community, and I'm as guilty as the next person. But then again, he also does bring up valid points. But the problem is with his valid points is it's not Hot Toys who's just doing this. It's a business practice. You're gonna spend the time, the money, the effort, and to say, if you're running your business, are you gonna give the priority to someone who spends, money to buy 500 units, or are you gonna spend the money priority and the time on someone who orders 100,000 units? I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just the world we live in, and that's the business world and how business is done. Again, not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. It's just the unfortunate of the real world.
Now, Dean Winchester is asking, well, Joe, that's complete nonsense take. The Ray figure looks great for the price. We'll get into that in just a minute. I agree, Don Prime. Yes, we do agree with Don Prime. Dean Winchester, for which figure is the comment about, Nate? It's about the figure that was talking about. It's the Ray figure. It's the do or do not I did on that Ray figure. And there's a lot of controversy towards that figure because of the head sculpt. The head sculpt, if you compare the Ray head sculpt, even though it is fine for what it is, they did so much. I already showed it in the do or do not video. I compared it from the Ray to the Ray prototype that we got from the pre-order, right? The Ray prototype pre-order. The Ray that we got for the final production was so much better compared to the prototype. Leagues better. So I am fine with what we got, especially since Hot Toys decided to drop some mega accessories on that figure, especially for the price. It literally was deluxe for $243. For $243, it's literally a deluxe.
Yeah, I mean, like as I said personally, I didn't think Hot Toys would drop the money on a lightsaber. The yellow lightsaber. Never mind all the other accessories. So I mean, you could almost think this is Hot Toys putting their final stamp on the Disney trilogy sequel. And basically saying, okay, this is it. This is our grand finale. We're not touching this property again. It's done. It's over with. And, they'll move on to bigger and better things. I mean, the head sculpt does look 1,000% better. And like with everything, it's all about lighting. And again, it's also subjective. It's all, to your own eye. You could have 30 people look at the same head sculpt and have 30 different opinions. So again, it's all down. And again, you could have a great painted head sculpt, and then the other person, a few applications are missing, and that skews your whole perspective as well. So
yeah. The thing is, the unboxings are coming out, and the head sculpt looks fine.
I mean, she kind of looks. I mean, from my perspective, she kind of looks like a little angry. She doesn't have that neutral tone. She almost kind of looks a little pissed off, or like she's gonna go in a battle. Because she doesn't have like that neutral face. So with the cheeks up a little bit and the ends of the mouth perched up. Maybe some people are used to just the neutral face, and they're not accepting this visually. I don't know.
But the thing is, the point I was trying to make is we not only sold this with Rain, we sold this with other figures that are being developed right now, or were developed and they're being released, and the material's not lasting as long. And I feel in part the way they're designing these figures are based off what they can pull off with the pre-orders. You know what I mean? Like the pre-orders, they look at the pre-orders and the pre-orders aren't that great. They're probably going to prioritize and save money on other figures because they are a company. They're pretty much a company. Okay, it's still a company, and they got to make their money back with these figures. And then here's another thing: the price, like you were talking about, the materials for the prices are going up over there. I have friends that actually are there at HK right now, and they're telling me all the time that the prices are going up, especially with the material, because the thing is over there, a lot of what's worked on over there, it's a lot of clothing, a lot of materials going into clothing, building. We get a lot of stuff from China. Okay, China is like a big giant freaking factory over there for the rest of the world. All right, so the materials are rising up, and which unfortunately the Hot Toys are rising up as well in price as well because the materials they're using. It's hard to get, or especially what happened with the pandemic, right?
Yep.
And then you gotta consider what's going on with Sideshow, right? Where they need to make their cut because they gotta pay. They gotta go through the taxes. They gotta go through the shipping and the dock fees and all that stupid crap. They gotta go through to get these figures from China over here. Yeah, now, if you get the figures, once I finish with this, once you get if you're able to get the figures directly from HK and you're living over there, you're over there right now, right? You're able to get these figures from HK personally, then you are saving money. But unfortunately, the rest of the world, we get these figures from different parties that are away from HK, especially for me, Sideshow. So that's the nature of the game when it comes to not buying it directly from HK.
Yeah, I mean, and as I was just gonna say now, and again, I'm not. This isn't to get political or anything like this. Like Hong Kong itself, even though it's still considered China, it's a weird situation again because of British rule, and then even then when the British handed over in '97. Right now, Hong Kong is still technically like an autonomous state, like Macau was, where all the casinos are. Now, China is trying to assert its dominance and basically force Hong Kong back into mainland China. Because, again, if you land in Hong Kong, you need a separate visa just to get into mainland China. It's like going into a different country. That's why, when you buy something from Hong Kong, it's Hong Kong Post, not China Post. So, the issue is if China does finally absorb Hong Kong, it's going to change and make things a hell of a lot more expensive because right now Hong Kong is like an international recognized like economic zone. So there are special like tax exclusions, special incentives for businesses to go there because Hong Kong is such an international business city. Now, and again, if certain things happen, not only are we going to see a price increase just due to materials, we're going to see a price increase because now China's want to get the actual government of China is going to want to get their cut. I mean, and I'm not trying to rain gloom and doom, but that is the potential of what can happen.
Wow. The thing is, if it gets to that point, then damn, really, only the elites are going to be able to afford these Hot Toys.
I mean, I'm not. I'm not trying to rain down hellfire, but that's the unfortunate situation we are in the world today.
Nah, it's wild. But especially with what's going on with the prices there of the materials and all that. Hell, man, the gas is going up, so everything is going up. But as far as Ray is concerned, the head sculpt is beautiful. Not gonna lie, it's beautiful. It's better, 100 times better than what we got with the Ray from the prototype. But here's another thing, though: the Ray hot toy here is actually similar or as close. People were looking at the pictures, and it's literally the same head sculpt from the Last Jedi. There's just different paint application and different hair.
I mean, honestly, it could be. I mean, because if they didn't get a good reception, they dust off the old master mold from Last Jedi Ray, and then they, add a few new updates, but they changed the paint sculpt. I totally could see them doing that.
Yeah, the thing is, whether the head sculpt it didn't knock it out of the park with it being 100%. The thing is, at the end of the day, the figure turned out better than the prototype, and that was my problem. Was that prototype? And as of right now, this is a win for me. This is a win. This is a purchase for me. Now, the majority are complaining about this damn figure because they don't like it. They don't like the head sculpt, but the freaking accessories that come with this this figure is freaking awesome, man. They literally were sort of listening to what was going on with the internet, and they, and like, hey, we know this figure comes with all the accessories. Hell, we got the right here, there it is. A Leia's lightsaber and the actual wraps, the red wraps that blasphemy, laid it in the sands, buried it in the sands. But yes, you get
and it's the reforged graphics with the band around it, so it's a new molded lightsaber.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah, we actually got that, but it would have not made sense. You just grabbed the saber from Kylo. You get the staff too, and then they did some work with Dio. They actually added a magnet to it, so instead of it getting his own base, it just magnetizes to the base. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's smart. Probably saves them some money as well, because again, a magnet. Well, again, who knows now? Actually, with precious metals going up in price everywhere too.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, I do believe that Hot Toys is prioritizing with which figures they are deciding to put their 100% in, because of the pre-orders and the way they're not selling properly. Hell, we already seen this already with Mandalorian. May the 4th, we didn't see no OT figures, especially after the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back a year before. We didn't see any of the Bespin Han, Bespin Luke that were showed off in the prior years. We didn't even see a freaking prototype out there again. So yeah. I feel that Hot Toys, they are prioritizing on which figures they want to put out, on what figures they feel will do better in the market, because they already seen the numbers. Hell, Mandalorian's fire over there. Freaking Iron Man, the Marvel figures, Iron Man has always been fire over there in HK. And it's unfortunate, but a lot of people over there do consider that the OTs are the boomer line. Like, no one wants it.
I wasn't even born when Jedi and Empire came out, so I liked them. So I must be the youngest boomer in history then.
Well, the thing is, they use boomer for a lot of things, but that was one of the jokes that they called the OT line. Which the thing is, I don't mind buying the Mandalorians. I do not buying the Iron Mans and the Marvels, but I understand that that's what's selling right now. And they literally had a freaking all their releases, as far as like pre-orders and reveals, were literally Mandalorian.
Yeah, or something that may sprinkle into Clone Wars one way or another.
Yes, Clone Wars as well, which was also prequels as well. So that's right. We did see a couple of prequels, and it's unfortunate, but that's the nature of the game at the moment. Until we get a resurgence with OT figures over there in HK, I don't see us seeing any completion with the OTs anytime soon. Okay. I don't see that. That's the case. Hot Toys always had a bad time sculpting Rey. Hellboy was very low production and running. It turned out great. But here's the problem with that Hellboy, though. The material is dying out on that figure, though. especially the body. So you gotta also consider that. Like the head sculpt is great, but people already complain about that damn body. You know,
What is it? It was like a seamless upper body.
seems upper body, but it's like
Well, it's
deteriorating.
probably the paint they used or the dye. The dye is
Yeah.
degrading the actual silicon then. Because again, if you put a dye into something and it is you don't have the right reaction or you have a misreaction, it'll physically eat away at the silicone.
So but as for Ray, it's been a hit or miss, but the Ray head sculpt from Last Jedi was freaking awesome. I really enjoyed that. Is it like melting? It's like flaking melting. That's what's happening. The Hellboy body is flaking melting. That's why I didn't pick it up. Like, oh, that's how it is. So here's the thing though, you can't really change up the body to get another third party body on it, because that means you got to repaint the entire body red. And I'm like, I'm not getting that figure now, because if those issues are common, I'm not gonna get it. Like,
It's just like Venom Pool. The body is crap, but you can't get a third party body to replace it.
That's true. Shoot. Okay, and then Jazzy's like, I'm posing Hellboy shirtless. If it starts to melt, I'll put his jacket on.
So then it's just Hellboy in rain.
Oh God. It's funny. Okay, well, what's Ron to say? Really wish Hot Toys went all in for fission bodies. Sideshow Wonder Woman had a fission body and it was crazy flexible.
Oh, that might be one of those things where they're basically like they compete with each other and they probably don't see any benefit in working together, especially since Bison does actual figures directly with Sideshow. So there might be an exclusivity contract as well, where Feist and TV League can't go work with Hot Toys because of their contract with Sideshow. Who knows?
But this angle right here, the angles are beautiful. Now, if you look straight on, it's weird. The head sculpt is weird straight on, but the angles are perfect. That's Ray. That's freaking Ray. And I know, guys. It's better in hand. It's better. The unboxings, they throw more light into the figure. That the head sculpt is beautiful. I'm not saying the head sculpt is the worst of the worst. Okay, freaking Ant-Man Ant-Man and Tony Stank take that trophy. But here it's like
it's good enough.
It's good enough because I was pissed off with the prototype head sculpt. So I'm fine with what we got here.
Yeah, I mean, this is legitimately like a 6.5. Compared to what they were originally showing, that's 1,000% improvement.
Yes, this is 1,000% improvement because that head sculpt was driving me insane. But then Hot Toys, they were like, you know what? Okay, we did the best we can for what we got with this figure, and they threw in all these freaking accessories. And I think the reason why people, oh my god, that nose! Look, that angle is just driving me insane. That nose. But anyway, now there you go. That's Daisy Ridley right there. That's freaking beautiful. But I think a lot of people were expecting Kylo Ren 100% sculpture perfection into Rey. And unfortunately, that was not the case with Rey. Rey, compared to Kylo Ren's head sculpt, the Kylo Ren is just literally perfection. But Rey, it still got work to do. But I'm fine with what we got. With all the accessories that we got with this figure, it's amazing. And then we got the yellow lightsaber as well, So
Exactly.
the people that are complaining about this figure are mostly people that are also complaining about the sequel trilogy, and that's good. I understand. I have my hate towards the sequel trilogy, but I do like my characters though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can separate, bad act and bad writing, bad directing, from a character that you like. Like I'll say, Finn. I love Finn. Finn got done dirty by Disney. So I love Finn. I think he's the best in the sequel trilogy, and I think he had the actual most potential for character development of anybody in the sequel trilogy. And again, Disney did him dirty because unfortunately, a lot of it was pandering to China because China doesn't want to see, a black actor in a Star Wars movie.
You know what's funny? China actually came out and
I was
attacked
just gonna say
Disney.
this. Yep, because they
Yeah.
banned Eternals. They banned Eternals.
Mm-hmm. Because they were doing too much pandering.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, this is Disney gets what Disney wants, but not in this case. So
But I will say this though, you might want to consider if you're gonna be posing Rey like this, like with her action poses and all that with this body, you might want to consider getting a second body for this Rey. Because unfortunately, this body is gonna end up like damn Wonder Woman. It's gonna deteriorate with all the posing. It's gonna like tear apart the body. You might want to get an extra body for this figure.
Oh, I think they banned Eternals because it's dealing with like mysticism and witches and witchcraft and magic, and you know the, the Chinese government, they actually have like set rules for their censors, of what can be allowed in, and it's weird. We even found out, I forget who said it last stream, that Hot Toys might not end up doing Grievous because four-armed characters are like taboo in Chinese culture and tradition.
But they are selling the Grievous from Sideshow. So over there.
Yeah, I mean,
They're probably testing out the market, filling out the market over there with Grievous. And if it does well, they might throw us the DX Grievous that we've been looking for from Hot Toys. And that's another thing. That's another thing where at the end of the day, our market is not their market. And that's why we see a lot more Mandalorian. That's why we see a lot more Iron Man and Marvel figures. Everybody's complaining about where's our Cyborg, where's our where's our Marvel figures that aren't Iron Man. I'm here like,
yeah,
that's the market over there.
yeah. I mean, that's their primary goal. They, they don't make a batch for US. They don't make a batch for Europe. They just make batches by numbers. They hope they can sell as many through secret base because again, it's a lot cheaper for them in the long run to send through cheaper, through secret base or any of their or like Toy Sapien or any other satellite stores. Again, they have to sell. They send something over to Sideshow. They still have to pay, probably export tax. They still have to pay certain fees with shipping, whereas Sideshow pays other fees. So again, like we've all been saying, they're a business. Their main market is Asia, and now with Mandalorian and the Marvel, it might start shifting to mainland China being their main market. So that's going to dictate a lot of what's getting made. And unfortunately, Cyborg's not going to sell in China.
Yeah, leave comment F in the chats, everybody. To remember the fallen. I will remember you. Oh God. It's unfortunate the way things are, but that's their market. So, and as far as batches are concerned, they never reveal how many, but but I did ask, but they do get up there, especially with the pre-orders. Like I mentioned before in my live stream and videos, I called Sideshow at one point and I asked them, hey, how many pre-orders are coming in for the deluxe Mandalorian? They told me straight up almost 20,000 pre-orders from Sideshow alone.
Yep. And I was told, because I had questions back, and I asked the same exact question, got the same exact answer. And then I was also told that since January 1st, when Heavy Infantry Mando was released in Hong Kong, there were like 4,500 orders just since, he was released in Hong Kong, and that was through Sideshow. Now look at the disparity in those numbers, 20,000, like I think total was 6,000. So it's all, it's almost 4-1 when you think about it in terms of production numbers, just from what Sideshow got. So
yeah, it's numbers are up there. It's rare. They have done it before though. They have stated how many they're producing. They have stated before how many they're producing when it comes to figures that are very limited. I think there was an Iron Man that was exclusive to China or to exclusive to Disney China, Disney theme park in China or whatever. I forgot what it was, but I think it was an Iron Man, and they only had 20 made. Like
Yep, yep.
literally, they advertised it was like 20 made.
It was the bank, one of the bank exclusives, where it was a Hong Kong bank, and you literally had to put like a $20,000 initial deposit into an account, but then you didn't get the figure right away. Within 30 days, you had to bring that account up to like the equivalent of 250,000 US in a Hong Kong bank. And the only main difference between the figure you would get at retail and the figure at the bank was a hologram. They gave you a different, hologram. But some of those holograms, a few people have tried to sell them, and they're literally asking them 8 to 10 grand just for the hologram because it's green, not blue.
Uh, yeah, it does happen. It's rare. So not, but the thing is, Hot Toys never usually reveal how many batches they're making or how many of the quantity of or the figures they're making.
The only other time I can think about that, you know how Hot Toys did a Don Corleone from Godfather. Supposedly that was a limited run that was only 100 made because they all went up for auction. They weren't sold at retail, and so because it went up for auction, they had to disclose their production run, and it was only 100 total figures. Again, that's what I believe is correct. I could be off, but I believe, again, for that thing, they only did 100, and they actually had to legally disclose how many they had because they were all going for auction.
Now, Dean is asking, how many do you think have been made total for Deluxe Mana? Can it be the most produced figure up to this? It is the most produced Star Wars hot toy in existence. This is the reason why. People are still literally getting batches at HK and buying them up and selling them on eBay for double the price. You know why? Because they're not getting here to the States fast enough. People are literally buying up the damn Deluxe Mando for double the price from eBay because people are buying it up from HK and selling it on eBay. So I'm here like, their batches are still coming out though at HK. That's what's wild about that Deluxe Mando. It's the most overproduced freaking figure that Hot Toys has made for Star Wars. And you see the reason why Hot Toys keeps dropping Mandalorian merch. You know why? Because of the Deluxe Mando and the hype that went to that damn figure. Hell, the Grogus are more produced than the damn at this point than the damn Stormtroopers. And the Stormtroopers were the the money grab for Hot Toys to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Like, Mandalorian alone has given Hot Toys brand new life, a new cash influx, new cash infusion. So they're going to ride that train, and then they're going to continue to ride it even when it derails. We'll see variants. We'll see, exclusives. I mean, again, at this point, I'm surprised we haven't seen a Gamorrean guard.
Yeah, dude. Hey, with what Hot Toys is popping out for Mandalorian with 2 blurgs already, I the sky's the limit. And then Joe P is like, Iron Man Mark L is the most produced. That is true. It's the most produced Iron Man Marvel figure. Okay, I'm talking about Hot Toy Star Wars, but Iron Man, the Iron Man Mark L is gonna last as long as Keith Richards after the damn apocalypse. It's gonna be Keith Richards, freaking cockroaches, and the Mark L 50.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to venture, the Mark 50 was the most produced Iron Man figure. But if I'll just say this, I think Sideshow alone has had more Beskar Mandos alone through them than Hot Toys made of Mark 50s, period.
Now, Joe P is asking, at what point does Hot Toys just shut down the production of Deluxe Mando? Are they going to make him forever and keep ordering? At this point, it's another Mark 50. They're just going to keep pumping them out.
I mean, but the thing is, for the season 2, there's only just a few soft good clothing changes and a few armor updates. again, at some point they're just going to flip the switch and be like, okay, we're done with this version. Now we need to, make these changes and make these new mold parts. But essentially, then the production line's just going to continue on with the minor updates.
Yeah, I think Andres asked this question to me a while back on a post I did. If I had to choose between a Boba Fett, Rey, Scout Trooper bike, or Hellboy, that are pretty much selling out, will sell out pretty soon. If I had to choose one, which would it be? It would either be Rey or the Scout Trooper bike. The reason why, because once we get to that super chat, thanks, Lane Kramer.
Thanks.
Let me just finish this up real quick. The reason why I picked Rey and the Scout Trooper bike is because there will always be another Boba Fett. There will always be another Boba Fett. As far as Hellboy is concerned, if you're a big fan of Hellboy, then pick it up. But the thing is that Hellboy's already deteriorating at this point. So at this point, I don't know, it's bad investment all around for that Hellboy because of the deterioration on that figure. But as of right now, because of Rey, of being nearly, it could be the next Grail for Rey's because of those accessories. And it's so underappreciated. And the fact that the figure is so, low production. And then the Scout Trooper bike. If Hot Toys does not drop us another Scout Trooper bike for Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary, this is going to be the only one we have. And the thing is, Hot Toys has done that before, where they just dropped us one freaking vehicle, which was the DeLorean, and never produced the DeLorean Mark II.
Yep. I mean, again, we talked about there's weird licensing issues with specific parts to that version of the car. And again, at that point, you don't know why Hot Toys wouldn't just go to the license holder and say, hey, we'll subcontract or sub-license out this. We'll give you X amount of dollars. So who knows?
Yeah, she's like, my Hellboy stay in the fridge and stay cool, and not the. Oh my god! But anyway, let's get right into the Lane Kramer super chat real quick. Lane, thank you, Lane Kramer. And how are you feeling about the Iron Patriot? I think it's going to be a minute before we actually get that released. Because they're prioritizing other figures right now, and not because of pre-order wise or anything. It's just that they're backed up. They're running behind on other figures, and also they're trying to jump on the hype train with certain figures, kind of like the Rex. They want to try to put that out maybe while the cooking is hot, the pot is hot for Bad Batch and prequel figures. So they're gonna definitely want to hop on that, the Clone Wars stuff and get those out. But Iron Patriot, maybe the summer, maybe at the end of summer, we might see him pop up. Remember, he's a big ass figure too, so there's a lot of work.
He's like a mini Hulkbuster. Now, and here's the thing too. Armor Wars is coming out, so are we going to see the Iron Patriot Mark II in it, or are we going to see War Machine Mark VII?
I say the War Machine Mark VII because the Iron Patriot Mark II. No, the Mark II Iron Patriot. That's for NOBO Wars. The way they use that figure, they use that model in EndGame, it looks like it's the NOBO moments. So we might actually see the Mark II come back. I don't see them upgrading this figure or upgrading this design, because this is like the NOBO of Iron Patriots when it comes down to war and fighting. Because this is like, I know the War Machine should have been the War Machine Mark VII. Honestly, I was not happy with the Mark VI War Machine. This should have been the Mark VII War Machine. And also, there was already what's one looking for? There was already designs, right, from the original creator of the Iron Patriot Mark II or the War Machine Mark VII. This design here was originally the War Machine Mark VII, but then the Russo brothers decided to turn it into the Iron Patriot.
Yeah, no, and the funny thing is, too, Kevin Feige, last year or the year after, basically confirmed that Rhodes in this specific armor is actually the strongest based Earth at the time, superhero, aside from Wanda in Captain Marvel. Because, and he prefaced Captain Marvel's, her powers are alien, and Wanda's basically her powers are unlocked by an alien technology. So, him in this suit is the strongest quote unquote Avenger. That's natural because they actually in the script call the not Iron Patriot Mark II, but the Cosmic Iron Patriot.
Wow. No, and another thing is like this was a showstopper. I remember our boy Easy Company, Easy, who was talking about how this figure was a showstopper at the cons. Like literally, people were like, out of all the endgame figures that were displayed, this is the one that everybody was going for and taking pictures, videos. It was literally at the front door, and people were.
I've seen this in person multiple times. This thing is glorious. It is huge. It is just has such a presence about it. Now, I'm not gonna get it. 'Cause I'll be honest. If I'm gonna drop that money on a War Machine, it needs the black and silver. It needs the classic paint job.
Yeah,
I understand what they're trying to do, but again, it should have been the Mark VII with the black and silver paint job.
It should have been. Originally, it was. But last minute decisions were made that this was going to be the the Iron Patriot Mark II.
And there's a way that's actually true, because the Hasbro version of this is black and silver. They didn't have time to change the production run when they made the decision at the last moment to change from War Machine Mark VII to Iron Patriot. That's why when you look at the Hasbro series, it's a black and silver version.
And also, I feel that because of the hype with Mandalorian, I think it's also taking priority as well, which sucks. It really, really sucks that Hot Toys is more about following the hype than staying on. I forgot how the Nobi said it. It's like follow the hype, but not get overhyped. I forgot how
I know what you mean. Follow the hype, but don't buy into the hype.
Exactly. And I feel that because of what's going on with The Mandalorian and how crazy the sales are going for the pre-orders, that Hot Toys like literally showed us on May the 4th. Now, granted, they don't do a lot for the May the 4th, okay? Hot Toys doesn't do a lot for the May the 4th, okay? They don't do a lot for it. Last year, we just got the 40th anniversary Darth Vader reissue that literally sold out months prior.
Yep.
And a vintage Boba Fett 40th anniversary. That's all we got. So Hot Toys doesn't really prioritize on Star Wars, especially on the May the 4th holiday. This year was different because from last year going up to this year, up to May the 4th, it was just a wild bunch of freaking pre-orders happening. Freaking Mandalorian was hot. All right. Mandalorian was freaking hot, and Clone Wars and prequels were following that hype as well. So that's the reason why. That's another thing. The reason why I pulled up this page is because $469. That price is gonna be wild. Yeah. The reason why I brought. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say another reason why Hot Toys is cashing in on all the Star Wars stuff right now is they can, because again, when Marvel actually starts, the calendar schedule up again, and again, major news in the U.S. today, the CDC actually came out and said if you're fully vaccinated, you don't even need to wear a mask indoors anymore. And so, the movies are going to be coming back on schedule, and I'm just going to talk about one movie, Spider-Man. The last Spider-Man. You're legitimately looking at a possibility of 10 to 12 figures at minimum from that one movie, because they're going to lead. I can tell you right now, if the leaks are true, the end of the third Spider-Man 3 will have a major role in Armor Wars. A major role. And again, and an old character will be a villain, again, not only in Spider-Man 3, but it'll come into play in Armor Wars as well.
Now, Lane Kramer did say that it's scheduled for September, November. Actually, I think it was supposed to come out in the summer. I think it was originally this figure was supposed to, the Iron Patriot was come out a lot sooner than September and November. They just pushed it back again. I actually got emails about the Iron Patriot as well. So the one thing I wanted to bring up here, right? Look at the top bestsellers: Mandalorian, Even though it's Ahsoka, it's Mandalorian. Echo, Clone Wars is Bad Batch. Stormtrooper Commander, Mandalorian. Mandalorian Deluxe, Mandalorian, still on pre-order. Mandalorian Child. The reason why these are still pre-order, right? Now you see why they're making more batches over there, because people are buying them up over there and reselling them for double the price because it still hasn't arrived here yet. This is getting drip fed. These figures right here are getting drip fed to people that are actually getting the first come first served on the pre-orders. And then we got the Grogu set, Mandalorian. IG-11, Mandalorian. Captain Rex, Clone Wars. Kylo Ren, okay, one sequel trilogy. He's been rising up in the pre-orders.
He's seen a big jump in the past week. He's seen a big jump. Big
jump because of that damn head sculpt. And also the fact that people are going for the raid because of the accessories. Then the Boba Fett. I'm going to add that real quick. Then the Ahsoka Tano, and then the Spiderman. I'm going to add that real quick. Actually, let me add this one, and then I'm going to add this one over here. If you already
have the Boba, it won't let you even add it to the cart if you already placed an order. I tried, to look.
Oh, okay.
It won't let you.
Yeah, if you already ordered the 40th anniversary version, they can't. I think it's only limited to one. It's still limited to one. Yeah.
They won't even let you add it to your cart. They won't even let you get to that point now.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Mandalorian Blurg. He's going up again. Because I remember he was a little lower. He was around here with the rays. Oh, look at that Ray. Let me add the Ray real quick. I haven't ordered yet. I need to order her. But Ray has been rising up. I'm surprised with Ray. But it is because of the release. The release has been doing well. The actual unboxings, even though they're small amount, the unboxing videos are actually showing off, the accessories and the head sculpt. And that's the one thing. A lot of people wanted Ray because of the accessories. They were hoping that Hot Toys would deliver the accessories, and they did. And also the fact that this is the only Ray we're getting at this point.
Exactly.
If you want to get another Ray, if you already have the Last Jedi Ray, I say you don't have to worry about getting this Ray. You don't have to, because you already got the Last Jedi Ray. The Last Jedi Ray is, still an awesome figure. I think it's still the best. I think it's better than this one. The way it looks, the costuming. I really prefer the Last Jedi Ray. But this accessory pack though for this Ray kills it. Kills it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it almost seems like Hot Toys knew the head sculpt. Some people weren't going to be happy with the final. Other people were, because again, it's definite improvement on what they were showing. But I think like the accessories and the extra yellow lightsaber was, their trade-off to acknowledge, it might not be exactly what you want, but here's everything else to satisfy you.
So. No, it makes a lot. It makes a lot of sense, man. I'm happy with what Hot Toys delivered with the accessories for Ray. You can say what you will about the head sculpt. It's fine, but at the end of the day, the accessories is what's really selling me for that figure, and that's the reason why I'm picking her up, because of those accessories. Because Hot Toys went all in.
Oh yeah. I mean, this was like their final. Like I said, this was their final Disney trilogy figure. They're like, "Yep, we're gonna wrap it up nicely with a bow, and then they're gonna throw away the mold and hope to never have to look at it again."
The Tross Ray head sculpt looks awesome with the TLG. Not gonna lie, that TLG outfit is freaking amazing. I love the TLG outfit. I don't like the movie, but her aesthetic is a lot better in there. But let me see. I need that Stormtrooper Commander. I've said this before. Like, as far as the Stormtrooper Commander is concerned, I am looking to get 2 of these, right? Just for now. The reason why I'm just going to get 2 of these is because it was revealed in the prototype pictures that the clone trooper, the regular clone trooper of Rogue One, has a different weathering to it compared to the one you see over here with the Commander. So you can get 2 of these and then remove the pauldron. But over here, though, the Rogue One Stormtrooper over here that we see over here, he might still reappear with the E-Web cannon. So that's why I'm just gonna get 2 of the Stormtrooper Commanders and then work my way up to getting this one if they release the E-Web cannon.
And don't forget Mustard Trooper.
The Mustard Trooper.
Yep, Mortar Trooper.
Yes, the mortar
Sorry,
trooper.
I will never call him an artillery trooper. Sorry. He is a mortar trooper.
Hey, he's supposed to be a mortar trooper, right?
Yeah, he's carrying what looks like a 110 or at least 110 millimeter mortar tube, if not an 88 millimeter tube. So, and the funny thing is, if you actually look at the mortars, they're modified thermal detonators.
Wow. Yeah, the accessories are going to be pretty awesome with this figure, though. I know we didn't get enough accessories for the Incinerator Stormtrooper because it was just flamethrowers and all. But the accessories are going to be pretty cool with this, with the mortar and then the thermal detonators. Yeah, I can't. It'll be cool if they got some blast effects. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and if they've already done the mortar, that means they can do the clone mortar troopers as well. Especially if they do any like the I think there's an ARC Commando that has a clone. I mean, that has a mortar setup. So you literally could get an ARC mortar trooper.
Okay, so this is the picture I really want to try and find. You see the belt is a lot browner compared to the white belt that we see with the Stormtrooper Commander. So the Stormtrooper Commander is a little cleaner versus the one we see over here to his right, which is the Rogue One Stormtrooper. They're both Rogue One Stormtroopers, but I'm thinking that we might get another Rogue One Stormtrooper release from Mandalorian with the E-Web cannon. That's what I want. I'm like, I want the E-Web cannon.
Because the E-Web cannon, if you can find one on the boards or on eBay, they go for a pretty penny. I mean, even Sideshow, they did a reissue a couple of years ago, and they were, I think, 150, 160, sold out in a couple of weeks. So, and then that was a rerun from what they did, I think, in like 2012 or 2013. So,
wow. But honestly, your thoughts about like I know you already mentioned that you're not getting the damn, what's his name? What is that bastard's name? I had in my head the RDJ tracksuit figure.
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
Why is that? Why are you not gonna get it?
Because honestly, if I'm gonna get a figure that has the opening ability, again, it's great for what it is, and if people want it, that's great. It does look awesome. I'm gonna be honest. I think the way they have the head sculpt lying around the mask is a little funky. Again, aesthetically, I just don't. I'm not buying the way that they've done it because especially with the hair and how it's. Again, to my visual eye, it doesn't look copacetic. Again, because if I was gonna get the 5, I'd get the actual 5, and then buy the third-party race suit, and then go buy the third-party suitcase that actually articulates.
Mm-hmm. No, I do understand that. I think honestly, Hot Toys. I already mentioned this. Hot Toys should have done the tracksuit by itself, and then the deluxe edition should have been the armor pieces for the transformation.
Yeah. Now the funny thing is, the third-party kits actually come with a helmeted sculpt, with the actual helmet that you can open up his race helmet. They come, you can get versions of that kit that come with the helmet. So. Find it a little weird that you can get that in the third-party kit, but that's not coming from Hot Toys, which would be very simple for them to do.
Now, quick thing: have you seen the Venom trailer yet, or the new Venom?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember,
all right.
I'm the one in the book. It's like, oh, that's Toxin, or they're setting up Toxin, and they're set. Yeah, there was literally like references to Null, who is the god of the symbiotes, as well as Spiderman in that.
Trailer, they did.
I think with Null, if I watched it right, because Carnage actually in one of the comic books on his Rampage serves Null. And the funny thing is too, again, Carnage actually got a hold of the Darkhold as well, which is currently in Wanda's possession. So if they're gonna go full Spider-Verse, Multiverse of Madness might be the thing that kicks this off. Where I
think Null will be a little too early. I think Null will be a little bit too early to bring out, but I can definitely see like an MCU phase, maybe after Galactus, that we see Null come in.
I think that you're going to basically see two universes at the same time, where they're going to break it off as one as a multiverse. You're going to see the actual live action of Spider-Verse but that's going to be Sony. They're going to have Morbius in their versions, but it's going to be tied into the MCU on the Disney Sony sharing contract. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm expecting to see the old Avengers Tower. I'm expecting to see an Osborn name in Spider-Man 3 on it.
Osborn name drop.
Yeah.
Not,
Because again, we're probably going to see Norman Osborn in Spider-Man 3.
okay, but actually, give me a second. People are saying that it's not diecast. Is that true? That Mark 7, the Mark 5 transformation is not diecast? Let me look
I'm going to be honest, it probably isn't because, again, it all looks like attachment pieces. And if you make it diecast, it's going to weight the figure down. And it's going to break that body.
All right, so let me see. Can everyone read that? I'll zoom in real quick. Okay. During his vacation on Monaco, blah, 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 despite the blah, 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 celebrating 600 creation of Hot Toys movie mastery, you probably present the brand new Mark V suit up deluxe, blah, 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 winds up through Tony's racing track suit and eventually appealing Mark V suit, blah, 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 blah. Movie accurate, crafted Tony Stark. Iron Man in the movie features a new developed Tony Stark with specially applied battle damage effects. Gorgeously. I can't read. Detailed racing suit, LED light up function design on arc reactor, forearms, attachable Iron Man parts, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
There's no.
I don't see. In addition, the deluxe version includes a stunningly detailed metallic red, but is it diecast?
No.
No.
Go down and check the descriptions, but it's gonna be they put it with diecast right in that description if there was any diecast in it.
Wow. So freaking diecast, they would have put this figure up to $500, and they probably would have not wanted to do that.
Yeah, this is all plastic.
But does that Oh, okay. Nate, collection tour. Who wants a collection? Who asked for this? Who's asking for a collection tour? Who's asking for this? Obviously, I know AMD. I know Sif is asking for it, but who else? I'm trying, guys. What I need to do is clean up my figures, have that done, and then move my Iron Man figures over to the Thanos display, and then I will get my collection tour going. Because I that's what I want to do. I want to work on that display setup for Thanos.
Yep. Now, essentially, what this is the same price as Zombie Iron Man from Far From Home. Now, the difference is the deluxe version. You're getting the suitcase for an extra $50. If you just get the standard edition, it's what $365, which is that's less than Zombie Iron Man. And they're both plastic.
Wow, that surprises me. Oh, there you go, comics. When we were getting collections, there you go. Now I finally found the damn comments. Here's another thing, guys. I do apologize about what's going on with the comments. Sometimes I do read a question. I sometimes forget to pull it up. Because the comments are already going crazy already in the freaking comment section. You guys are always posting stuff that I lose my attention to it, and then while we're talking, then we just lose my attention completely. So I do apologize. I missed something, or I don't pop up that question. But yes, like I said, the collection tour will happen pretty soon, comics. And also, if you watched the beginning of the stream, we did talk about your comment about what's going on with prioritizing Hot Toys. So if you want to check that out, that was a lot of fun. Okay, so where was I? Yes. That's a little disappointing, actually. I did not expect. I thought this was going to be diecast.
Yeah, it's not diecast. I mean, for the level of engineering to have all the add-on pieces, if they were diecast, you are right. It would literally be $500. But then you also have the issue of the figure breaking down due to the weight, because there's no internal skeletal structure to support any diecast in it. Because again, you're just on a basic Hot Toys body, and that has to support the weight and the structure of the armor that you're attaching, and that can't unfortunately be done with diecast unless they find a way to reinforce the body. But then you're talking about a one-time
Bacardi
body.
night to Toy Collection tour. Okay, I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out a day to do that. I gotta have a day off where I don't have to go to work. I don't want to go freaking drunk to work and just enjoy the collection tour with you guys. So that should be a lot of fun. And then have everything set up, displayed, and then go through everything. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Be doing that. But I do understand where you're coming from with the diecast. But like they need that transformation to work. It looks like it is very articulated, the whole body.
Well,
That's the thing about it.
I mean, it also looks like you come with different parts as well, because it looks like you might come with 2 or 3 different torsos. Yeah, see, because you have one where he's extending it out for the chest, then you have the full extended chest.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, it even looks like you have 2 different backs, or ways to combine the back into different, positions.
This is the reason why this wasn't $500. It wasn't diecast. So okay, now everything started to come together. Now I was wondering why, because if this was diecast and they found a way to turn the diecast and bend it the way it did it here with the bodies and all that, it would have been $500 easy. But
I was just saying, how does this the 250 IG-11 have diecast part and not this $450 release? Because IG-11 is one copacetic figure. This is basically like a build-a-kit, and unfortunately, the engineering required it literally would cost $500-600 for diecast. Again, because it's not one solid figure, it's all pieced out that have to link in together. Because when you put in the armor on, you're going to have to tab things in. You're going to have to, move things. And unfortunately, plastic for this figures, they think is going to last longer than die-cast, or lead to, less potential breakages.
Now, Dean Winchester is throwing out facts. Yeah, hybrid is what they do always. Plastic and diecast. I mean, none of the Iron Man diecast figures are 100% diecast, though. Yeah. You shot your face. You shot your face, Dean. You don't speak those lies. Don't speak them lies.
No logic allowed.
No logic allowed. No, but no, true story. There is a blend of plastic and diecast with these figures. It's not 100% diecast. But it does get annoying, especially the Neon Tech figures, where they're pretty much priced at diecast, and you're like, why are we spending this much money for no head sculpt and no diecast on these figures? It's just plastic.
I mean, and the black one isn't even painted. Mark II, it's not even painted. Like, I'll be honest, I won that from Sideshow. I had that for a week, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna let this go. I mean, it's not one of their, well thought out, more efforted figures they released.
You know what? You know what would have been insane? What would have broke the internet? What would have destroyed Hot Toys in the comment sections is if they dropped the Mark V, but the rumored Neon Tech Mark V.
Yeah,
that was rumored too. What if that would have been the 600 MMS 600?
Yeah, that would have been like, what are you smoking?
What are you smoking, dude? Because it was rumored.
Like, Sideshow can't give away.
It was gonna be like lime.
The Mark II.
What happened?
Sideshow can't give away the Mark II.
Dude, I think the Mark II has been sitting in the almost sold out for a good minute. I think that was like literally, and then the the War Machine Mark Neon Tech was sitting. It's also sitting as well. Even though it looks great, I love the Mark I look. If Hot Toys keeps dropping Mark Is, I'll pick it up no matter how it look. They could drop a War Machine Punisher Mark I, I'll still get it because that thing looks amazing. The Mark I will always look amazing to me, and that was a hoping that the Mark 7 was going to be that Iron Patriot, but never happened. But we'll see what happens. Maybe in Armor Wars, the Iron Man Mark 7 ends up being the Iron Patriot, but different colored, like what they did with the first Iron Patriot. The first Iron Patriot, they repainted it as the War Machine Mark III. Oh no, Mark II. The War Machine Mark II in Age of Ultron.
Yeah, there was two
It's
versions of it. There were two
yeah,
different versions. Yeah, there was the AOU and the Iron Man 3 version.
yeah. So they can always pull that off if they want to. They can always pull that off with the Mark II War Machine. That they just repaint the Iron Patriot Mark II, which will get people like. So why do I need to get the Iron Patriot Mark II then if they're gonna repaint it? I'm not saying they're gonna do that, but they can do that in the actual
Yeah,
show.
well, I mean, and here's the thing though: if the next evolution, since Tony Stark is dead, for War Machine to go would be an armor that involves the actual plasma cannon, the big, from like the Capcom games, and then some of the comic books, the giant plasma cannon. Like that's the next logical,
You
version of
know,
War
a
Machine to go
lot of
with.
people are talking about that the Iron Man damn what's that thing called the War Machine comic version could have that big giant cannon from the comics.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so the people are talking about it like it could happen. Okay. Another one. Another one. All right, Sif, what you got for us? I guess he's been very vocal today. Okay, love your show, Nate, and all the comments on the feed. But you're costing me money and all these orders. We are almost halfway through 2021. What's the best figure so far, released and pre-ordered? Oh my God! Give me 5 seconds. Don, you start this.
All right. For release so far, it's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna actually go with Heavy Infantry Mando. I love Beskar Mando, but I think Heavy Infantry just has a little bit more shelf presence with his size, but it's literally, A1 and A2.
Wow, Heavy Mando. Heavy Mando. You threw in the Heavy Mando?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and again, I'm military. I'm ex-military. I love, just the shelf presence. The gun. Sure, he has limited articulation, but he has a shelf presence. And then if I can find a John Favreau head sculpt, it's going on it.
Dude, that'd be made. I need to see pictures of that. Hell, you might make your own. Have someone commission you a John Farrow head sculpt.
Maybe,
The Heavy Mando is an unappreciated figure, even though it's doing so well in the aftermarket. You know, people don't talk a lot about it because I think there's a niche community that enjoy it. That's why it's going so high, and also it's a limited figure. Um, but as for me though, damn. Okay, so um, even though they overproduced this figure, the Mandalorian Deluxe Edition for Star Wars is one of the best figures out there for the price and the accessories you get. That's literally a DX version of what's released now for Mandalorian. So I'm going to be surprised because Hot Toys going to have to drop the freaking W with the Mark III Mandalorian. How are you going to trump the Mandalorian Deluxe Edition for season one? I know we got the bike, but now many people want to go for the bike because of the size. So they got to throw in something else. They got to throw in the Din Djarin head sculpt. They got to throw in the Mandalorian spear. They got to throw in the best scar, the best scar, the black saber,
Yep,
light up feature.
light up dark saber. And again, you don't need a system where you have to replace the whole arm. Just modify what they did with Cody, where it's just the front forearm, and then give him a light up dark saber. There you go. And again, you don't even need to re-engineer the whole figure. Just redo the Cody system with the front forearm and the peg and tab system.
Now my other one is definitely that Cody though. That Cody with that head sculpt, dude, man, that Cody is literally perfection with Tamara Morrison head sculpt, like released, not pre-ordered, but released, bro. They can just take that Tamara Morrison head sculpt from Cody and just build their whole army of head sculpts with that. All right, that was 100. That's literally the best figure of the year, other than the Iron Mans. I'm not saying the Iron Mans, okay? Not including the Iron Mans in this. Iron Mans is a whole different category. But as far as best figure of the year, Cody takes the cake. Cody takes the cake for best figure of the year.
Okay, so Cody's like A3 then. And I'm just trying to look. And again, my 40th ESB Fet, he might be A4 then. Because the colors on him compared to my old Sideshow ESB Fet, it was night and day. The proportions are so much better. It's literally like he walked off the screen. So, again, I'd be hard pressed to actually give you a best figure because, again, all the ones I've got, I think they're outstanding.
And then I'll probably throw in the Iron Man here. As of right now, pre-orders right now for Iron Man's. The Iron Man Battle Damage Mark 85. That thing is going to look freaking amazing. The whole battle damage to it, the snap. That I just can't wait to see what they go with that figure. Because I already seen what they did with the prototypes, but when they bring that out, man, that's going to be freaking amazing. Now, I know a lot of people want their Mark 85 cleans, but it doesn't have that presence for me when that message, the symbolism that went into the battle damage Mark 85, where Tony Stark sacrificed himself to save the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
With the snap. That's that. And I know that people are saying, "Oh, you're just getting nostalgic with it." It's not. So it could be the worst figure of all time, but you feel nostalgic because of what happened story wise behind that figure. But I'm not being biased about it. Like if you look at the prototypes, it still looks freaking amazing. So I just can't wait to see what they pull off. After what they pulled off with the regular Mark 85 clean, like the Mark 85 battle damage is going to be crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I'm not committed either way on that figure. I will say though that I specifically have the some ports on my soap reactor and some wires saved and ready in case I do get it. So it's one of those things. I just don't know, and it all depends on how I'm going to do my setup.
All right, so Thad is asking or saying, Nate, I thought you would have mentioned Darth Vader 40th version. The thing is, the 40th anniversary Vader looks great. The accessories look great, especially that freaking base. It looks great, but compared to the Rogue One Darth Vader, together, if you don't have the money to pick up the Rogue One Darth Vader 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back is your next best pick out of the lot. For the price, and what you're getting with that figure compared to the Rogue One Darth Vader, it's still a great deal with the 40th Empire Strikes Back. But Rogue One Darth Vader to this day is still the best looking one with suit and all. And the only reason why I say not to pick it up for high price because it's been 5 years, right, since release.
Well, yes, like 5 years since they announced it, but yeah, like 4 since they released it.
Yeah, 4, right? You're probably gonna have the trouble. You might have to replace the body because the figure is starting to flake on some people. So that's one you gotta consider. You don't want to drop $500 and then get a flaked out body and then you gotta replace the actual body. But you can easily go out and buy replacement bodies for the actual leather pieces, suit for the Rogue One Darth Vader, not the Rogue One Darth Vader, but Darth Vader in general, and replace it. But as of right now, the end all be all of all Darth Vaders is going to be the 1/6 scale Return of the Jedi Darth Vader. That's going to have the Anakin Skywalker head sculpt. That's going to have the bells and whistles with the lighting and all that jazz. Hell, if they pull off, I could see like the possibilities with the Empire Strikes Back and the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, where they add the electricity light up feature. That'd be freaking epic.
Yep, give him back his stumpy hand. They could even, again, his chest box was all screwed up and it was sparking. So again, they're going to include lightning. They might include like effects so you can put him on his box, to put him down, like Luke putting his saber to him after he's fighting him, and the Emperor tells him to finish it. Also, again, include a backdrop or a diorama base of them fighting in the Emperor's throne room, so you can put your Return of the Jedi Luke next to him, or at least have that base match with Return of the Jedi Luke's base, because his base has like the Death Star, like the molding in the back and all the different things. So you have to give Return of the Jedi Vader his own special stand because Luke has one.
That is true. Now, Hey, let's congratulate Bindu for changing the name to About the Future. That's funny. That's funny. But the other thing that I want to add to that, because I remember Sif, he said that he was asking pre-orders and releases, not specifically Hot Toys, but Peter Lamb did drop some facts here. Grievous. Sideshow did drop some major fire with that Grievous reissue. And not only that it was a reissue, it's a freaking 2.0. Now, when they first released it, they didn't announce it in the freaking description that it was an updated damn figure. Okay, it was literally the same damn figure, you know. But when Sideshow did their stream, they did say everything was updated. The joints are updated. They went back to the same figure and they looked at what went wrong and they're updating the joints. Now, I would have gave them points, right? I would have gave them points. Sideshow major points. I still bought the figure, without a doubt.
Mhm.
But I would have given them a lot more points if they actually added die-cast joints into it. Like, just the joints. Or maybe, some parts in the legs. Kind of like what they did with what's his name? IG-11. You don't have to go full on die cast on the whole body, just the parts that need it. Because if you remember, the original Grievous was a nightmare to have. Now there's others that have taken care of their Grievuses, and it's fine. You don't play with it too much. But the thing is, majority of people, they want to post up their figures because it's posable. They want to post up their figures. They want to test the limits, and then it's literally dying out.
Exactly. I mean, again, like I've told you before, I was a literal like minute it went up pre-order for Grievous. I knew the issues, and I still grabbed it. And then when I hear it's a 2.0, and I'm like, oh great. As soon as I heard it was a 2.0, I went up and I've already ordered CCFL lightsabers for my Grievous, which I'll have the lightsabers before I have Grievous. So again, as soon as Grievous is in, he'll be ready. I've already got, where he's gonna go. He's gonna be, have two lightsabers in his hand, flanked by a B1 and a B2 that I already have.
Wait. About the future says, doesn't kick fix? Wait. What is that? What are you trying to say here?
I think he's talking about like there's certain solvents or there's certain hacks to fix your joints. You can add super glue to certain joints and let it coat and basically create more surface for the actual socket to grab. Or you can take what's called future, which is a furniture polish. You put that on the joint, and so what it does is it's twofold. It creates an additional layer, but it also lubricates the joint and the socket. So you're
Now,
creating a
okay, now I get it.
Yeah, so basically you're creating more surface for that joint in the socket to be attached to. But the caveat that additional surface, it can move more freely because it's of the material, it's smoother.
Ah, okay. Well, the thing is, that's another problem with collectors as well. They don't want to put in the work to fix a figure that should not have broken so easily. So now, granted, if a figure does break, I do my research and see what I can fix on it. Not saying that a lot of figures have broken in my collection; it's rare, very rare. But let's say I do receive a figure that is broken from like a loose figure I got for cheap, but there's broken pieces. I can do my work and freaking fix it up. But the thing is, a lot of people don't either don't have the time, the expertise, or they have too much anxiety to actually fix the figure and actually end up breaking it. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, ultimately, and this comes from experience. You can solve about 95% of the issues with some blue tack, some epoxy, some decent super glue, and a sewing kit. And obviously, you'll need, tweezers and even things like toothpicks will save you because, you're going to need something small to get into certain places, but you don't want to use like an X-Acto knife or a screwdriver that has a hard metal tip. So toothpicks are amazing tools in the 1/6 world, especially if you're kit bashing stuff. Um, but again, a lot of times too, to have to learn how to fix your figures, you're going to have to disassemble them. and you're gonna have to learn. Sometimes learning, you're gonna break stuff. I mean, unfortunately, you don't learn until you actually get your hands dirty.
About the future, yeah, you can drop the link if you want. Just I'll post it and let people know about it, and then they can copy and paste it. But anyway, as far as like the Venom is concerned here, with I know that Hot Toys is not going to miss the boat with the hype of Venom, because they did. They missed the boat with this Venom because they didn't think that Venom was going to do well, or probably they didn't have the licensing at the time for Venom figures, because this figure here came out literally 2 years after the release of the movie, which the hype already died down, right?
Yeah. No, here's the thing though. That weapon he has actually wasn't his. That was Riot's. So is this almost going to be like an amalgamation figure where when we see Venom in Venom 2, he basically stole Riot's abilities to include all his weapons?
Yeah, in the trailer, he does have the same weapon that pops up in the trailer. So that's what I'm thinking is that
he absorbed, like once he defeated Riot, he absorbed he absorbed his weapons, or he can now create what Riot made, because he didn't use that in Venom in the actual movie when he fought Riot. Riot used that against. Riot used that against him.
Now, my question is Hot Toys going to come out with another Venom? Like, literally just Venom? Because this was already is going to be hyped up in pre-orders once the movie starts coming out, for this year. And I don't think they want to battle out with this.
Well, again, it depends on how they're going. Like I said, they've already teased Toxin. The cop that we see that's reading the Daily Bugle, wink, wink. He's the original. He's the first host for Toxin. Now, here's another thing we might end up seeing, and this might be a wild card. If they're gonna do another Venom for specifically for this movie, it would have to be somebody like Anti-Venom. It would not Venom itself. It would have to be a variant of Venom or one of his symbiote offsprings. Because yeah.
That's true too. Another thing is they might even throw us a Tom Hardy head sculpt, I forgot the actor name, the character name. What was his name?
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock. Yes, if they throw in Eddie Brock's head sculpt in a new release, it's probably going to be his just regular attire with the accessories from Venom, like the arm coming out to fix the tendrils, and the heads popping up.
Kind of like what the Parasitic was attempting to do, because you had the different hands and the different arm setups, and some of them had the tendrils, and then you had the head, which was half Eddie Brock, half Venom. But then they also did the statue, which alone was like $250. But it was basically, when he first introduces himself, and he's in the massive tendrils, and he has all the different heads. They did a statue that was 2 times the Eddie Brock figure itself. So you literally could pose Eddie Brock inside the statue and look like Venom was consuming him.
Sif is like, I see some pre-orders at Sideshow. My wife is gonna flip and yell at me. Are you out of your? You are out of your mind. I'm out of my mind. I got about the same amount or a little bit more because I'm doing freaking army builds on my figure. So, oh my god, that's gonna be so annoying.
67. I only got 14.
You lucky man. Oh my god.
I'm also a hell of a lot more selective in what I order now. So.
That's true, though, because a lot of these figures I'm actually considering not to get anymore. Like the life-size Grogu with all those issues it's coming with. I might just cancel that one.
Like I said, you can spend $450 or more on a Hot Toys life-size Grogu with the silicone is so crap. It looks like he's coming with a Mexican necktie. Or you can spend $20. And get this little guy right here for $20.
God, he looks so cute.
If you want a Grogu and you're not too fussy about it, this thing does it fine for $20. Walmart $20, Mattel Grogu. I mean, it's basically the same thing.
That's
not really,
funny.
But just for display purpose, yeah, that's fine.
You know what's funny? I really like what Dean Winter said. You know what's funny? The figure looks much better than the CGI slime in that movie. Oh god, it does look better. It looks more lifelike. This freaking figure looks more lifelike than the Venom that we saw. Hopefully, the Venom look I don't mind the Venom look in the movie, but I would be happy to see some improvements with the CGI, especially since Carnage is coming in, and I think Carnage will be coming out. I'm just hoping that we do get an Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy head sculpt for a regular look, kind of like what they did with Parasitic for Toys era.
Yep. I mean, and I think Hot Toys, they're gonna milk this too, because this ties directly into Spider-Man.
Give me a second. Vader's calling me.
Okay.
It's my alarm. It's trying to tell me to go to work. Oh my god, where's the alarm? There you go.
Yeah. So.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah. So you've got Venom, you have Carnage, then you have Toxin, then you have Shriek, then you have Anti-Venom. Then I forget who's Carnage's symbiote is. Because at one point Venom and Carnage have to team up to stop Carnage's offspring symbiote. And again, they're already laying the Spider-Man references. Again, you had Daily Bugle. And then specifically Cassidy, when he's writing, he slams the spider. That's the same type of they tried to make it look like it was the same type of spider visually that the one that bit MCU Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So yeah. This is going to be their next Iron Man for them, these Venom figures, because they're already setting up the next symbiotes just in this trailer. Going further on.
And that's why I'm saying that. I don't think Hot Toys is going to drop the ball on these orders. They missed a good chance to sell figures for Venom when this first came out, and it did freaking awesome in the box office.
No, because here's the weird thing. Even though this is Sony, Venom was officially put on the MCU release calendar.
Really?
So when you look at MCU releases, especially the last big investor day they did, you remember in December with Disney when Feige released the release calendar? Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage was on that release calendar in Disney on investor day. So I would not be surprised in their sharing agreement. It's one of those things where Disney is going to be allowed to use Norman Osborn and Oscorp, but at the same time, Tom Holland, he technically, if Sony offers him a new contract to place Spider-Man just for them, with caveats, he appears once every while in the MCU. They can do that as well, and Disney can't tell them yay or nay. But again, I think honestly, Multiverse of Madness is gonna be the caveat where you're gonna have two associated movie franchises. One is just an alternate reality, and that will dip into the MCU. Almost what DC tries to do when you have all the different realities all merging into one. Kind of like this is going to basically be Marvel doing Flashpoint before DC can do Flashpoint. But
oh my god,
but Marvel's going to do it better.
Oh my god, I'm starting to hate DC now, man, because they're recasting, not recasting, but they're rebooting Kal-El without Henry Cavill, and I'm here like, why didn't you just make another Superman? Vasad, obviously, was it Vasad? There's another black Superman, but they're making Kal-El black, and I'm here like, why don't you grab the other Supermans that are black?
Yeah, that's like that's like just saying, okay, it's Green Lantern, but we're gonna make Hal Jordan black, but okay, there's Jon Stewart, who is an already well-known established character, who's exactly what you're looking for,
Because the thing is, there's a lot for me as Puerto Rican. Like there's other Puerto Rican superheroes out there, and I'm here like, okay, so you're just gonna make Superman Puerto Rican? You
already called Falcon Captain Puerto Rico, so I don't know.
That's my Captain Puerto Rico, and he also said titis, which is Puerto Ricans, they do say titi as their aunts, So he's still like a Puerto Rican to me. So that's Captain Puerto Rico. But what I'm saying is like, what if Marvel came out and made Peter Parker black, and I'm like, there is a black Spider-Man. It's Miles Morales. So
isn't isn't Spider-Punk also black? I'm sorry if the one from London. I thought.
I don't really follow the other Spider-Mans or the other renditions of Spider-Mans.
Oh yeah. I mean, but yeah. So like, Miles Morales is not the only like black or is he mixed like black and Puerto Rican? But
Yeah,
he's
Miles
not
Morales
the.
is Puerto Rican and black. So
Okay, yeah. So Miles Morales is not the only you know non-white Spider-Man. There are other variations of it as well,
mm.
which we'll
but
probably see in Into the Spider-Verse too.
but either way, like I I don't mind DC doing this, but my only problem is that you already had a universe you were guys working on. Now you're gonna throw away that universe and you're gonna do something else entirely, rebooting the entire franchise. That's the thing, though. You guys don't have a plan. You guys literally do not have a plan, and you guys are just going. This is why I prefer Marvel, because they set up the plan. They set up freaking they actually put in the work to give us Sam Wilson as Captain America. They gave us a whole series showing us how freaking Sam Wilson becoming Captain America. All right,
Exactly.
they gave us a whole freaking series to do that. One season to tell us that story. They didn't just throw in a game of Captain America. They gave us the story to build it up to give us, that he earned it, that he accepted that he is going to become Captain. He didn't even want Captain America in the first place, but he accepted that he had to become Captain America. To unite the country, and
Exactly. Yeah.
and that was freaking perfect. I love that, and I love how he became Captain Puerto Rico in the same time, because that suit
Exactly.
is Captain freaking Puerto
And
Rico.
here's the thing. Part of the reason that actually works, like Anthony Mackie as a person, if you actually listen to what he says, what he says, he doesn't go one way or the other way. He tells the truth, but he does it in a smart, sensible way. And he's a likable guy. He's really, really cool with fans. He's a nerd just like us too. You see his Star Wars collection. He's got a vintage, not even vintage, like one of the molds for Fett's helmet from ESB, like the actual prop mold, and it's signed by Jeremy Bulloch. And that's Falcon. He's just as nerdy as we all are. So
Yeah. Well, actually, Andres, we're actually going to end the stream now. Actually, it's actually 8:30, but we're going to on a tangent about how DC is just ruining their audience and their lore when they're just going around all over the place trying to figure out what they want to do with their universe. At least Marvel knows what they got a plan. Kevin Feige got a plan of what they're doing, and that's where we're going to end it. But anyway, guys. Love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear your thoughts down below. If you guys are just coming in and you guys are probably gonna watch the stream in a video form, love for you guys to comment. Also, if you're new to the channel, yes, hit the likes, guys. 74 people on the stream. We were at 88 at one point. I'm surprised we got about 88 people on Thursday, because unfortunately we had to cancel yesterday because I was tired as freaking hell all day, and then I had to go to work. Actually, I'm going to go to work now. Okay. But as far as for those of you who have stayed, thank you appreciate it for you guys coming in for the stream. It was like a stream that we pretty much missed out for Wednesday. Made it today. And our next stream is going to be on Sunday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, or 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And then we're going to have a stream again with Aries and Cisco Cantina around that same time, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. this week. And yes, guys, hit like and roll those. Yes, amp it up. It helps the algorithm. It helps the channel to grow and get noticed throughout the YouTube realm. But yeah, guys, I do appreciate you guys staying over. And it was a lot of fun. We just talked about a lot of things today. Anything with you, Don, before we go?
Nope. Again, just we'll be doing some more streams. Nate will be doing some guest appearances in the future. We'll be doing some appearances, like with Hot Collectibles, as far as giant anniversary show at the end of the month. I mean, other than that, again, folks, thanks for spending your time with us. We realize you have a lot to do, especially being at Thirsty Thursday for some of you folks. So with that being said, be safe, be smart, and again, thanks for your time, and have a good evening.
Yes, the YouTube verse. That's what I was trying to say. Trying to come up with something real quick on the fly. But yes, the YouTube, the tuber verse.
Dude, I'll just tell you this: I've started watching Man in the High Castle. Oh my god, that's like multiverse weirdness. It's once you in, you're in.
But yes, guys, thank you for everything. And hope to see you guys in the next one. And remember, guys, I'm yours truly, the Natebots here, and with my boy Don Frickin' Prime.
All right, folks, have a good one.
Take it easy, guys, and remember, we're just simple men trying to make our way in a hot toy universe. Take it easy.